Hey yo, what's up guys? It's Professor here again. Today I'm gonna show you how to make some wompy kicks, and if you don't know what that means, I'll show you right here. I'll let you hear what I made, how I use it, and then I'll let you really hear what's going on and how to make it. So what I mean by a wompy kick is this. And let me turn up the track so you hear this. 7 and it's about 7. Actually, turning up. Let's also increase the high frequencies so you can hear it better as well. So you listen to your normal ones, and then check out this one where I have it wind up. You hear that? Now that sounds pretty good. Not abused all the time, unless you're doing some Millennium style productions where it's just gonna be like boom, boom. But if you're making like some trap or some beats, it's cool to throw in some wompy kicks here and there as a little detail. And you can pronounce these more if you have a song that has a kick with a higher range. Since this is trap, I tend to focus on the low end for that. But let's go into how to design a wompy kick and a few of the mixing secrets I use to make it sound good in a track. Alright guys, so we've got a clean slate right here. Let's find a kick that we could use at some point. Alright, cool. Here we go. So to make a wompy kick, you're gonna have to do your work in the playlist rather than on your channel rack where you would have the step sequencer. So first of all, let's just make something so we have some type of reference. All right, so we have 1, 1, 1. We'll do the wompy one here. All right, so to design a wompy kick, you need to shift click this, drag the same exact sample over. All right, now let's decide a spot in the mixer that we want to put this. We'll say spot 6. All right, go over here to this one, and we need to make this unique. All right, and you'll do that by clicking the little options right up here by the samples. Every single sample has an option button. It's this right here. This says it's an audio sample. So we click this and then go to make unique or make unique as sample. It's fine. But this one that we have here is now different than these other 4. But we still have it on the same mixer track, and that might help in making it sound a little bit better. So the reason why we make it unique is because when we reverse the sample, if we did that with these, everything would be reversed. So that's why we make it a specific one. As well, we're gonna do some volume control on it. So I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna really drag this right here and just give it a listen real quick. I'm just gonna, all right, that's okay. The way I would really fix this is I would turn down the volume on the rising part right here, and I would cut short the impact part. You don't really need the impact part in here. You just need the wind down of the kick, or in this case, now the wind up. That is a much less harsh kick because at the point of impact, where the kick is strongest, it has a lot of high frequencies, and you don't need that in there. So let's listen to like a specific example now. Like, let's listen. Beautiful. Now the reason you're hearing that crunch is that's because the sample of the kick actually has the crunch. Listen to that. That's great. Now, I want to know, how can I make it a little more punchy? Why only design a wompy kick if you're not going to have it punch through the mix a little bit? So let's go to the track. Let's go over here and let's pull up Maximus. Yeah, Maximus. Let's pull up Maximus. And let's go to presets and maybe hit punchy drums or kick pump. I'm gonna try punchy drums. All right, that definitely increases the low end a lot. I can tell from right here. There's a lot of compression going on the top end. The mid is being boosted a lot. And the low end is... Yeah, all the pre is being pushed through on this. And what that is like using a preamp. A preamp is kind of how you get more aggressive drums. To get punchy samples in drums, if you push up a pre or you have a preamp setup, that's how you make things punch. Maximus is great for that because this is a multi-band compressor. So we have this. Let's listen to how that sounds. Yeah, that's great. Now, you know, just get yourself a drum beat to go along with it, and you have, like, a song and an example. So, you know, I'll go back to my other one. I guess maybe some other techniques, you know, other than the volume and the reverse. You can stretch it a little longer if you want the wind-up to sound a little different. I would go to high-quality real-time stretching. And then I would pull this right here, this option, highlight that. And now if I pull this out, it'll stretch longer. Let's check that. It makes it a longer buildup. I like that originally better. Let's see what happens if you make it shorter. There you go. It's a shorter thump. It's more of a thump rather than a whomp. Adding this kind of variation into your drum pattern can sound really nice. Now that we know how we made it and, you know, a little bit of how to make it punch, I didn't do much. There's not really much you want to do other than if the preamp didn't make it sound nice enough already, if that punchy preset on Maximus didn't make it sound good, you can also mess with your transients. And I believe FL Studio has a transient processor. Here it is. So what a transient is it's, I believe it's the hardest hitting part of the sample. It's the loudest part. So for the kick, it's that part, not the after. Transients are always the, I guess the part that is the hardest. And what a transient processor does is it tells it to make it less impactful or push it even further. So let's look at this. All right, that's a, you know, a normal waveform. Let's turn the attack up and the release, let's mess with it. Let's turn the drive up. Look at that. See? Look at how on each part that it's boosting is these high impactful parts, these loud parts. The transient processor, I'm turning the attack to make it sharper and faster. If I turn it lower, it'll be slower. The drive is the amount it's pushing those up, all right? I don't know what split balance is. Release is just how quickly it goes back down. So if we turn our release down, when using a transient processor, though, I don't really want to be boosting the whole sample. So I'm going to put that release back down so I only get those impactful parts again that I really want to shine through. And then you can post gain everything with this or pull back. Let's see if this has any presets. Max attacks, max highs, max transients, soft attack, subtle release. I don't know. Basically, that's another way to get that whomp a little bit more impactful so that it gives that feel when the person's listening to it. Especially, you know, if you have like a boost on those low ends. You know, right now these are probably boosting only the high parts of the transient. So, you know, I can add a tiny bit of sub bass boost like around here. And another way to really make this stand out as well is to side chain your music to the kick. And that's what I'm going to show you right now in the previous track. Side chaining is making the volume of other things go down when something else is coming in. And that's often done with the kicks or snares, but a lot of kicks. That way you can get a real punch that cuts through the mix without overloading the amount of sound the person's listening to or having to limit things as much. It's a really nice way to like cleanly get what you're looking for. Let's go back to example, not save changes to this, no. All right, guys, so we're back in the mix here. Let's go put a little more emphasis on the drums again. All right, those are gonna be up here. Yeah. Let's go to that womp part that I was talking about. So, what you'll notice is that not only the techniques that I just told you, I'm also side chaining using a manual side chain method with FL gain. I have a side chain running through balance right here. So listen without my kicks, and you'll really be able to tell where this side chain is happening. Or listen without any of this. Here, you ready? I just realized I had my mic muted for the explanation there. But now you can sidechain, like I said, with a manual sidechain. Every time you have a kick or a snare hit, you know, you can really decide with the control here. You can shape how the sidechain works with the volume. But you'll notice that without the drums, it's pushing that volume down. Sidechain with limiter, if you want to know how to do that, just check out my video in the playlist. I go over that in a video. I go over different sidechain techniques using gross beat, FL limiter, and just this one that you see right here. But that womping can be even more effective in this way. I actually have one really good example of some wompy kicks in, let's see, I think it's gonna be... Alright guys, here we go. I have a project here where I know I use some wompy kicks. Let's listen to the kicks, just the kicks themselves quickly. Here we go. These are my womp kicks. Now, it might not be easy to hear, but that's where you can be creative and allow more side chaining to become before or after, or really make that a louder part. On this mix, I actually would do that. I would turn down a lot of the highs when that womp is coming in, and I would emphasize that actually by using an EQ probably, or one of the other techniques that we discussed. But I just wanted you guys to get, I just wanted you guys to see one of the cool little creative techniques I like to use sometimes when making music, where you can apply it. I mean, you can apply it almost anywhere. It's up to you what you want to do, but I really appreciate you guys checking out this video. If you guys have any questions, leave them below for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe with the bell. That way you can see more content. I got a playlist with a bunch of videos on how to do stuff in FL Studios and cool things you can do, so be sure to check that out. And if you guys have any more video ideas or suggestions or questions on how to do things, leave them below and I'll give you an answer. Really appreciate it, guys. Check out the shops, check out the links, check out the music, check out everything on the channel. I like when you guys hang around here and discuss stuff. It's pretty cool. And hit up Instagram. We've been having good chats in the DMs there. So take it easy, guys. This has been Professor. Appreciate it. Thanks for spending your time here. Love y'all, and peace.